You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's ZENNI.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. What's happening? Happy Monday. Come on in here. Oh, is it going to rain during the show? That's never happened in the state of Florida before. Maybe you get a thunder shower. Possible. Happy Monday. Good to have you here today. We're going to take you a little bit old school today. I've been doing that a little bit lately. I've been doing two things. I've been spending more time kind of doing ramblings after a coaching call and kind of taking you deep inside some of the stuff that I do. And then I want to come back around and do the motivational inspiration, kind of pick you up, give you some nice ideas. Kind of an easy day, if you will, today. So you can just tuck this one away and say, that was cool. It's going to happen. What successful people do is the main category. We'll see what it turns out when I'm done with the show. It always changes. It is a daily boost. It's me, Scott Smith. How are you? Good to have you here today. I'll see a long time ago, hanging around and fiddling around and fooling around. That's the DJ in me. But interestingly, that's fun for me. It's amazing how I can be doing amazingly serious stuff and really feel like I'm just kind of hanging around having fun. That's when I know things are in alignment, and I hope it's that way for you as well. One of the ways we check for that is using my passion alignment audit. If you don't have it, the only way to get it is on Instagram right now. I don't have a landing page for you yet. Sorry about that. We'll get it there. But if you're on Instagram, just go to @FaceYourPassion, DM me the word 6. Why 6, you say? Because there are 6 passion categories that we use every single day around here, and it's based on that. So Instagram, @FaceYourPassion, 6. SAX or number, whatever you want. Okay, so some old school stuff today for you. Studying successful people. I spend my life doing that. I call what I do observational motivation. And in the world of success, that means I look at the guy with the big 110-foot yacht and go, wonder what he did. I want to know. Somebody with a big fancy car, the really fancy, really expensive car that you don't get and pretend to get and you can't lease, the kind you actually have to own, the kind you only drive on a good day with no rain coming, that guy. And I'm like, let me observe him and wonder how he got it. That's what I do. I have been at Hilton Head, South Carolina. I've walked up to somebody on a very large yacht when everybody else is laughing about the rich guy on the yacht. And I said, beautiful yacht. How'd you get that? Yes, I'm glad you asked. Come on aboard. Had margaritas, and I helped him swab the deck too. Because that's what he was doing. And if you're rich and you own a boat that big and you're swabbing the deck, I'm going to do it too. Modeling is what they call that. Anyway, successful people, you study them, you can figure stuff out. As Tony Robbins has said for years, success leaves clues. It does. You know, the funny thing about that too, it took me a lot of years to figure this out. Unsuccess, non-success, it leaves clues too. You can see what you messed up. The bad thing is sometimes people see the clues that unsuccessful people left and they do that. That's silly. So some rules for successful people. The person with the strongest why is going to win. Now, I always think it starts with the what. I will even stand up and have a conversation with Simon Sinek about that. I don't think you have a chance in hell of knowing your why until you know what you want, what it is, what it's going to be. So I think it starts with the what for sure. But once you're into the what, the person with the why that is the strongest will win. Why? Because they'll stand the fight. They'll put up with the most. They'll go to the mat, as they say. I have fighting metaphors today. That's weird. The person who shows up wins. Let's modify that. The next one modifies it for me automatically. The person who shows up wins. I can't tell you how many people don't show up. Well, we can flip that around and say the person who shows up to the wrong things doesn't win, right? See how personal growth works? I can spend all day defining these things, but ultimately the person who shows up for the right thing wins. The wrong thing, they got stuff to figure out. The person who shows up on time wins. We have a little game we play as coaches around here. If you're a coach, you know this, right? The game is this. If you're on a telephone call, you want to be exactly on time and you expect your client to be exactly on time. If not, if you have exactly 2 minutes to make your window of opportunity to talk to me. If not, you just missed your call. I got stuff to do. Well, Scott, you've been paid. Aren't you going to hang around and wait? No, I don't wait for anybody. When two coaches get together, it's a game. First off, we fight about who's going to call who. And secondly, we want to be right to the second. We will look at the second counter on the phone to make sure we're right on time. It's crazy. Zoom calls, same thing. Come to my room. Let me in. No, come to my room. It's weird. Show up on time and win. It means something. Trust me. The person who is the most persistent will win. That's it. Doggedly persistent. If you're persistent about the thing you have the biggest why in, hang on for the ride. Yes, you're a bit of a pest sometimes, but don't worry about those people. If you're really talking to the right people and they think you're a pest, well, it probably means you're really moving them in the right direction. The wrong people, you're just a pest. Oh, that's a deep conversation right there. The person who never assumes wins. That's a different. See, all these go two ways. See, if I never assume something, I assume I'm not going to die when I get out of bed. Although as I get older, I'm not always assuming that I can actually walk when I stand up. Yeah, wink, wink. You know what I mean by that, right? I'm assuming I'm not going to get hit by a car. I'm assuming the lightning's not going to strike me. So, okay, you got me. Sometimes, I'm assuming and I'm winning. But in relationships, in growing a business, and doing the big stuff in life, you can't assume it's going to work out. You got to make it work out. Don't assume. Makes an ass out of you and me. Now, my late father-in-law used to say that all the time. I never understood it. But when you look at the word, that's actually what it says. Actually, it says, ass out of you and me's is what it actually says. Well, assumes, does that.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The empty seat. Who was actually just that? An empty chair in your office because you couldn't find someone to fill it. So it just sat there costing you money with all its fancy ergonomic features. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can make it easy to fill that seat with the right candidate. With nearly 60% of businesses finding someone to interview in the first week alone. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
The person who is the best at what they do wins. Yep. Oh, wait a second. I'm better than he is. Why'd he win? Well, now we had to put the pieces together. Probably had a bit stronger why, probably put the time in, and probably was more persistent than you and didn't assume that they could beat you. They just did. See how complicated this stuff is? You know this already, though. This is how I think. I think all angles. My job. The person who plans and documents their journey and interactions wins. I say this before. Listen, here's the thing. You could passively document your journey. It's called journaling, and that's awesome. You should do that. But when you actively document your journey, meaning actually kind of creating an operating manual, man, it works. Plus, if you get sued, you win. Get a chargeback on a credit card. He who documents gets paid. He who doesn't gives the money back. Oh, that's an inside pain. Let me tell you some stories. The person who never gives up total control to others wins. The person who never surrenders to others wins. I didn't say never surrender. If you're a Christian, you know you surrender, right? Other people surrender in all kinds of ways. I'm saying to others, never give up who you are. Doesn't mean you can't let them go. We're having to do a motorcycle trip here pretty quick. And right now, there's a little bit of a power grab going on. Who's going to lead? Who's going to follow up? And who's going to be in the middle? I got news for you. I'm happy in the middle. I'm fine. You lead the way. Just show me where to stop. Cool. But I still have control. The person who accepts responsibility for themselves wins. That's a big one these days. There's a whole generation, maybe almost 2 generations, who do not accept responsibility. One time I was on a bike trail. She's my stepdaughter, but she's my daughter. I've known her a long time. And she's in front of me on a bike. And she's having trouble on the bike. And I'm right behind her. And I'm not following too close. But she kept stopping in the trail and unexpectedly, and I would kind of run right up on her. And finally I said, would you stop it? She goes, quit running up on me. She stopped cold in front of me. I know if I were on an actual highway driving my car, I'd still get the ticket. I get it. But it was her fault. She stopped, not me. She wouldn't accept that. Later, many years later, we were talking about it. She said, you're right. But the seat was too high. That's why I kept stopping. See, she didn't accept responsibility totally. The person who wins the most, or who serves the most, wins. I can tell you, something happens when you serve, and I'm not saying you have to serve for free or serve all the time or serve everybody. I'm not saying that. But when you put yourself in a service situation where you literally are trying to help people, or maybe the church I go to just got back from a mission trip, and my daughter and her husband have gone on missions in Vietnam and Canada and Cambodia. They're different people when they come back. And it has nothing to do with the religious aspect of what they do. Nothing to do with that at all. It has to do with you get to the other side of the world, you serve some people who are just humans like you, and you realize, oh my God, they're just humans like you. But look, they don't have a toilet. Oh, that's weird. When you serve, when you get out there and serve people, everything you want in your life is going to get better when you serve. It does not mean having to give it away. A lot of people run a business and they're like, well, I need to serve more and I'm going to give a discount. No. We need to serve. Figure out how you serve. Find that unique little place that you have, that little gift that you have where you can serve. And if you're a guy like me, I have to do it. And the reason is because, listen, I talk for a living. I'm a coach. I have the answers. I get a little swagger when I walk in a room. I could be an ass. I really can be. Humble is something I have to work on. I'm just going to admit it flat out. I've been in radio my entire life. If not for serving in places where people remind me and act like I want to be, I'd probably step all over them and call them nasty names in terms of ratings or something. I was raised that way. Well, I raised myself that way. I got in radio, and that's what we did, right? So I'm just flat out admitting to you that's something I had to work on. And you're thinking, the dude has to be more humble for damn sure because he sounds arrogant as whatever. Yeah, sometimes I do. And I totally get it. I can be a hot mess sometimes, and it's a problem. I get it. But at the same time, when I use it properly, it's really makes for a good podcast sometimes, occasionally, like maybe twice a week. I only have one more. Only one more. And you'll like this one. The person who is grateful for everything, good and bad and in between, is going to win more. You know why? Because even if you don't, it doesn't matter. You could fail like crazy and you say, you know what? I'm grateful for every single thing. And it's like when you had kids. If they weren't grateful for the brand new toy you just gave them, are you going to give them another toy? No. Of course, now they just use their card, get a new app, and they're happy. It's like, oh, wait a second. They just go click, 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 click. I'm happy. I disappear. Let's go to a restaurant so I can spend time with my kids and their iPad. Let's do that. That's awesome. Hang on. Let me check for a second. Oh, yeps. We have spent the past 11 minutes and 39 seconds pretty much in boomer mode. I was called total boomer right now. Complete boomer. That's okay, man. I'm a boomer. Tomorrow I'll spend the entire time in Zoomy mode, Generation Z mode. I'll give you my impression. No, I'm not going to do that. No way. I want to keep my listeners. I really do. And a lot of them are Z, so I'm not going to do that. Listen, remember, you can get my passion alignment audit if you want to. It's kind of cool. It's going to check you to see if you're doing stuff you love to do. Go to Instagram at Face Your Fashion, DM me the word 6 or the number 6. I'll send it to you. Boom. You'll get it just like that. You're going to see. Take at least a minute, read it, please, just that much, and then go use it. That's all I ask. I'll see you tomorrow.